Yes, I've got my blanks coming next week. Here we go. Right. Yes, I've got my Borg helmet on. There we go. Now, I'm just about to tape up my lap. I'm just blowing a bit of dust off the board prior to taping it up. And I'm going to roll a tape. I'm going to roll a 2-inch and a 1-inch. Now, I'll just turn this fan off. Look at this stringer. Now it's really interesting. Matt Kinoshita did a good video the other day where he talked about arty-farty videos. Imagine the arty-farty videos you could do of this coloured stringer and blah blah blah, and you see them, they put little curls of fucking, see that shit on the ground. Once they start doing shit like this and filming it and going, hey man, look at this picture, you know, and all that sort of stuff, that's what Matt was talking about, arty-farty. Now, I only do live videos now because if I stuff up, well, I stuff up. That's simple as that. So, not that it makes any difference. I mean, I'm not like a program where, you know, or a thing where it's overly important. It's just a few tips for people that are learning to make surfboards, as well as the people that are getting their board made get to see it get made. They get to see the whole lot get done, and they know I'm not paying anyone else to do it. I'm not one of these ones that take it to a fucking glass shop. I used to own a glass shop years ago where I used to do that for people, and then I thought, nah, fuck them, let them learn how to glass. I was doing it for some of the biggest labels in the world, and then I went, I'm making them look better than what they are. And then I realised that, once you realise that most of these big labels send them off the glass shops because they can't fucking glass themselves. And that's, once you realise that, that's where you have the power in a sense, and because you realise that you're a proper board maker, and a lot of them are just hoaxes. They've got computer shapes, they take them to the glass shop, and then suddenly they're a big time manufacturer. So anyway, so the thing of Pieter Surfboards, I'm first gen. That's it. Everything I've got, I've built. I'm 58 years of age. I've learnt since I was basically started doing some repairs when I was about 10, badly, and but I've learnt self-taught, and yeah. So, like that just there, what I just did then, if you have a rail gauge or cale, walk straight over to the bin and throw both in the bin. Because if you can't tape up a line, what you do is you pick up a roll of tape and you practice it. And then when that tape runs out, you pick up another roll of tape. And when that tape runs out, you pick up another roll until you get it. And that's what's missing in our industry at the moment. We've got this plethora of people that fucking pay other people to do their shit. I was talking to a client, a potential... Whoa. Sorry, that's my dad. Hang on, I better answer it. G'day, Pa, how you going? Oh, there you go, he hung up the phone. Just, I'll call him back once I finish. I can't talk while I'm doing this. But yeah, we've got a plethora of these people that send their boards off the glass shops. I really can't stand it. I think it's... and I learnt that one early in the piece because I used to do this special glass job that people were asking all around the world how I did it. because I was doing it for a lot of pros, and they'd see their boards and go, how does he get no weave anywhere? And they wanted to know how I did it. Anyway, I didn't tell the people I was glassing for. But then when I realised they don't know, you know, and then I thought, hang on, I'm the one making them look better than what they are. And that's, once you realise that, that's the scam of the surfboard industry. Once you realise that most of these labels, where they don't actually make boards themselves, you're making them better than what they are. But a lot of them are experts at making you feel like you need them. I remember telling a young board maker, just stick at it yourself, you'll get there, you'll have all the clients you need, give it 3-4 years and you'll be killing it. And he took the easy way out of just working for someone. Now the problem is, if he ever gets the arse working for that person, he has no clients. You're better off building your own up, because what they do is they ring your phone and they order a board. But when you rely on, or when other people, you know, want you to do their work, and you think that's you getting work, no, it's not. It's them getting work, but you're making it so they can get work because you're doing their work for them. So I've got to get a new blade out. It's always the way. Run out of blades. I might have one up here. I'll just use this one. I've only got to trim a bit of a lap, or a bit of a tape here. But yeah, so I try and stress that to people. Don't do any glassing for any of the labels that say, oh, I'll give you 20 a week or 50 a week. I had 200 a week. I got offered 200 boards a fucking week. Now that's 50 off one mob, another 50 off another mob, and another one wanted 60. No. And then when I realised they need me more than I need them, and that's when I went, see us, glass them yourself. And because they don't pay the big price, they want to screw you down. I was getting more than what people were getting now in glass shops back in the 90s, because that's what it was worth. Now they just made it cheaper. So many people haven't got confidence in their own ability. The glass shop, the manufacturers talk them down, they make out like they're doing you a favour. Nah, they're not. So, and the other side of it too is, watch when COVID happened, what happened to all the glass shops. I remember I rang one once. I had a company that wanted me to shape some boards for them, and I had a couple of hundred shapes off them. Anyway, I rang this one company in Sydney and said, hey, I've got some, you know, boards. Can you glass them for me? Anyway, they never got back to me. So I thought, okay, I don't need it. You're the ones that would have got, you know, good money out of it. Anyway, the same company was doing a bit of glassing, and they were chasing a bit of work, and I had the opportunity and I knocked it back, this job. I said, no thanks, I don't want to give that company any work. But that's how it works, that's how it goes. And another one, glassing guy, didn't want to cap the boxes. So I said, see you later. I missed out on 30 grand worth of work, but he missed out on fucking way more. You know? So that's why I do these videos, to help board makers that do the whole lot themselves, and I've got no time for glass shops at all. Not even interested in helping them. I don't want to have them watching my videos. These videos I do are mainly for people that are proper board makers, where they do the whole lot themselves. They're not glassers, they're not sanders, they're actually board makers. A board maker is someone that does the whole lot themselves. Okay? A glasser is someone that just glasses and doesn't do anything else. Or can't do anything else. But, so, this is mainly for people, board makers. People that are doing the whole lot themselves. They might only do one a month, one a year, 1 a week, 5 a week, whatever. But they do it all themselves. And they're the ones I'm trying to help, because they're the ones that aren't going to China. They're the ones that are spending their money locally and helping their local economy. So, yeah. But ones that get containers of shit in from overseas, China. I put a post up the other day. I seen Bruce put it up first, and he talked about how many container ships there are sailing around the world, and it was ridiculous, the amount. Oh my God, it was in the thousands upon thousands. And the pollutants that happen all through getting shit made in China, and you're doing heaps of exporting. Yeah, it was amazing. But we're anti that. I'm still happy to send some boards overseas and stuff like that, but I don't want to send slave labour work around. No, not interested in that. But anyway, so that's a different story. That's sort of make sure my stand's clean. Put a new piece of tape on. I think I've got a little bit left in here. Retape my stand. But yeah, that's why I have no time for that sort of shit, companies like that. And that's who my videos are there to help. They're there to help board makers that make boards. Look at that, that's beautiful. I'm loving this stringer. I really am. Really impressed with it. But I'm loving this Big Easy. Oh, yeah, what a board. Now, I've got to use this last bit of the roll. When you finish your roll, you normally have a little bit left over, sort of thing. So I use it for my patches, you know, tail patches. That way you're not throwing it away. It's normally 1.5 meters or something like that. You can't do a side of a board with. So I'm going to have to redo my Instagram, because my speaker's gone funny on the Instagram. I don't know why it does that, but I'll redo it again. Sorry about this. I don't know why that happens. When a phone call comes through, it makes the thing go a bit funny. No idea. I'll keep this bit of glass because I'll put it in the thing for my fins. I do make some volant fins, and I'll use that bit of glass. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what happened then when the call came through. For some reason it makes the thing go a bit funny. Don't know why. No idea. Yeah, so I've been a little bit of interesting information. My blood sugar was a bit out of whack, and anyway, I had sort of dangerously high blood sugar. So what I did was Michael Mosley talked about how to get your blood sugar back to normal, and through an eating program. Sorry, I forgot what I was looking for then. Not tape. Duh. Oh, back for the bin. That's what happens when you're talking when you're working. He was talking about how to get your blood sugar back to normal, and mine was really bad, double digits. Anyway, I went on this eating program, starting to drop the weight down as well. I want to get to 100 kilos. Just got 10 more kilos to go. But couple of the things that happens, normally people that are my weight or size, you normally have a bit of high blood pressure and high blood sugar. I test mine every day, every hour. I know exactly where I'm at, where it's going, and I've got it back down into a really good range now. It's nearly there. I'll probably have normal blood sugar in another month. Now, in saying that, part of the thing is just eating, obviously, no sugar, heaps of protein. It's very much keto in a sense. So I'll have two boiled eggs for brekkie, mushroom fried, piece of bacon or a rasher of bacon, and salmon and all sorts of high protein foods. And since I've been on it, my blood sugar is just dropping down completely full on, nearly normal. Okay, now what that does is the way your body works, apparently, when your body works out with the insulin and all that sort of stuff, when you start getting back into normal blood sugar levels, your body learns how to do it all again, and it's without medication. That's what I'm getting at. If I would have went to the doctor 2 months ago and presented with where I was at, they would have put me on medication for sure. Now, that probably would have lowered my blood sugar, but I guarantee there would have been side effects of that medication, and it wouldn't have got rid of the problem, what I was putting in my mouth. So I don't drink beer anymore. If I do have a drink, it's one scotch on the rocks, and yeah, so don't have any, not that I had much, but I don't have sugary things or anything like that. And as I said, I'm nearly there. I'm heading in the right direction really fast. And one of the things, my blood pressure is just about normal, so don't have to take any medication for that. And a lot of it's a silent killer. A lot of people have sugar problems, they don't even realise it. A lot of people have diabetes and they don't even realise it. It's only once you start measuring your sugar, and I do it every hour. Only costs $45 for a pack, so you can basically get a few weeks work for $45. But when you're trying to get your blood sugar right, you have to know what spikes it and what keeps it stable, and it's pretty interesting. And it's not about losing weight to be beautiful, it's about losing weight so you can live a long, healthy life. And having my blood sugar now getting in a really good range, I'm feeling stoked. I don't want to have any of those issues that people with diabetes have. And if I didn't do it, I would have full-blown diabetes. So a lot of blokes, I say to you, buy that little machine and test yourself, test your missus, test everyone in your family, and see how your blood sugar's travelling, because you may get a shock. And especially if you miss a year or two going to the doctor to get your bloods done, you'll get a big shock one day when you've got full-blown diabetes. Now I haven't had to give up a lot of foods, so that's probably been one of the good things. I eat Greek yogurt, peaches, jerky, which I make myself, high protein, low carb. So I eat a lot of good foods, but it's been educational journey to learn the things that are no good for you and what things are good for you. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it, feeling much better already. Yeah, feeling much better already. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy to have good sugar levels, but it's a big shock. Mate, the jerky is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. I'm not saying it just because I make it. I bought jerky from Craig Cook's Butcher. I buy the meat from there, but it tastes good. I'm putting a load on tomorrow. I cut up 2.5 kilos worth, which will make 800 grams. But it's healthy for you. I tell you what, low carb, high protein. And the other thing I learnt too, when you get older, like I'm nearly 60, you lose like heaps of your muscle. Every 10 years you lose a heap of your muscle tone and so forth. And you can do some exercise, but eating the right amount of protein, 80 grams a day, will help keep your muscle on. That's why in the nursing homes they pump them full of protein shakes to try and keep their muscle. But yeah, anyway, I now know that I'm having the right amount of protein, so hopefully I won't lose too much muscle tone. But yeah, it's the stuff you do when you get a bit older, I suppose you could say. You know, a lot of people don't talk about it. But as a bloke, if you get diabetes, you're fucked. It'll make you impotent. It'll make you circulation bad. It's really horrific. So, yes, it's a lot. But what you do, if you have the protein, because Michael Mosley investigated that, where he did that with older people and he weighed them and wanted to work out how much muscle mass he could put back on them. And that was the experiment. And through the 80 grams a day, they had great turnaround in their loss of muscle. So very interesting. Very interesting. Righto, let's get this glassed. But yeah, you want to hang around for a bit. You certainly don't want to get crook. And I wanted to make sure that my personal thing, like muscle and health wise, was on the right direction. And as I said, I just want to get to 100 kilos. I'd love to get to 99.9. That's the dream measurement. I want to get out of the 100 kilo club. I remember once I was 135 kilos. Fuck, I seen a picture of myself. I looked like fucking Fat Elvis. Still do, but even fatter Elvis. I look like I ate Elvis. But yeah, that's the big thing. It's health-wise, it's definitely. And I've been getting back into, like, one of the other things. Today for lunch I had a tempeh. Basically like a tempeh burger. I fried the tempeh up, which is high protein, and yeah, not very nice, with shoots, satay sauce. Remember years ago there was a place in town called Natural Tucker, and Scott was a vegan, but he made these beautiful sandwiches and all sorts of stuff, and one of the things was the tempeh burger, very nice. And he had a thing called the Bombay roll, and I was the first person he made them that day, And I was the first person to try the spicy fritters he made, and they were beautiful. Never forget that, but unfortunately Scott passed away. Even though he was super healthy, he passed away with brain cancer. So that can just be luck of the draw, hereditary, you can just get it, but poor bugger. And he was a triathlete as well. So he did everything to his body that he could possibly do, but unfortunately he got brain cancer and he died. But I never forget, I always tell a funny story. When I decided I was going to eat healthy food, this is back in the 80s, I walked into his shop and I said, I want a tofu sandwich. And I didn't realise tofu was just a flavourless bit of mush. And he said, no, you can't just eat tofu on its own. You've got to have it, you know, what do you want to do? And he explained to me, yes, it has this, but it has no flavour. But yeah, it was just funny. That was one of my good memories of Scott. He was very tolerant. He realised I had no idea about soybean products and so forth, or tofu and all this sort of stuff. And he gladly walked me through it all. Very nice of him. But I remember another one I did when I was about 15, 16. Scallop pies. As in the sea scallop. Cole, is that what you meant? Sorry, Cole's just asking a question. Oh, yeah. No, I haven't had one of those. That'd be nice. That'd be beautiful, actually. It's funny the different areas, but Tasmania is known for a lot of good seafood down that way. Sorry, concentrating now. Get this lap down quick. Now I'll glass the deck and filter this tomorrow. Sand it Friday. Finish coat it and polish it Saturday. Ready for lorry. He's going to be pumped. And next week I start Jeff's board. Jeff's got a seagull. So start his. And then I got another big easy. Another big easy to do. Thanks, Nick. Oh, nothing, I was talking to Nick. I said, thanks, Nick. How you going, darling? Sorry, the lady in the shed next door. How you going, darl? Oh, she's done. We always joke about that. The lady in the garden shed. greenhouse. Hey, it's not a cheap one, Nick. All up 680. 680 all up, Nick. Or was it more? I think it might, actually I'll find out. I'll look on the thing. Well, it's got 10 high density foams. Yeah, 10 high density foams and 9mm T-band ply. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, just the bowline glass job. That's exactly right. The bowline and polished. Beautiful. Right, I just want to make sure it's nice down the stringer. You can't do it too dry because the high density foam tends to suck a bit of the resin in. Right, I'll do one more. Haha, I will, mate. She's just gone in. She was in a greenhouse. Right, that's gelling now, so that's good timing. I'm just making sure my lap's down nice. And it's just gelling, so that's good timing. 2 litres, 20mm, 1%. But I have the heater on in here. That'll do me. There. Righto. Now I'll just move this around, clean my hands. There we go. Looks good. Now I've just got to grab one of my cleaning rags. Sometimes I get a bit of drips on my leg or something like that. Bit of acetone. On my sock I did. That's that a big piece on my bloody side of my leg. Clean my shoe. I've learnt to take care of my footwear a bit better. just makes your shoes last a bit longer. Always keep a rag there to clean your foot. There we go. Now just make sure this corner's good. So a tiny little bit there. There we go. Just, yep, that's gelling. That looks good. Just checking all over. Last thing you want is any air anywhere. Beautiful. Righto, let's have a walk around and have a look. So, looks good. Not bad. That'll do, donkey. There we have it. Righto. Thanks, mate. I'll just do a walk around. Here we go. Looks nice. Sorry, clean my lens. That's better. Look at that, beautiful. Righto, that'll do. Now, turn this off.